And today we're going to make something called tortine al cioccolato, and that translates to little chocolate cakes. And to do it, we have to start with the right flour. And so for this, I like to use a cake flour. Now, cake flour has a lower protein than unbleached all-purpose flour. And why do I use it? Because then I'm going to get a nice tender crumb to my cake. So that goes into my sifter, 1 cup along with an additional 2 cups of flour. I want to just aerate that a little bit. And so we're making something where I'm going to put the dry ingredients together first. So here we have 2 cups of sugar, and that goes in. And because we're dealing with cocoa today, we want something a little bit acidic, and that is baking soda, about 3/4 of a teaspoon to offset that acidity. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt goes in. And now you want to sift all those ingredients together. I did tell you there was cocoa in this, but I'm not going to sift the cocoa with these dry ingredients. And now we want to add 3/4 of a cup of extra virgine olio di oliva, our olive oil. Now what I'm doing here is coating the flour with the oil, and that really helps to prevent gluten development, because when you have a tender cake, you really do not want to form gluten. So I mix this up until it's kind of mealy looking. So now we have to mix up the cocoa, and I put 6 tablespoons of cocoa in a bowl with 2 cups of hot water. And just get that mixed up until the cocoa dissolves. And with this, we want to add a little bit of white vinegar. That is also something acidic that's going to help prevent gluten development. And then a little bit of vanilla, about a tablespoon. Now, I like to add extra extract whenever I'm working with a cake, so a teaspoon really never does it for me. So now we put this all together. I'm going to mix this in. And then I'm going to whisk this up until it is smooth. If you wanted to use a hand mixer to do this, you could do that as well. There, that looks good. Now we need to put our oven on to 350 degrees. These are going to bake for about 20 or 25 minutes. And I like to bake them in something really nifty. Take a look at these. This is a texturized, very soft muffin pan, and they're wonderful because you do not have to grease them at all. So I put about 2/3 of a cup, that was a little bit more in that one, of this mixture into each of these. This is going to make about 18 of these cupcakes, or the tortine. And as I say, the oven is on at 350 degrees, and I've got them on a bake sheet because, of course, these muffin tins are flimsy, so they wouldn't sit on the rack in the oven very well. So if you're using these, make sure you put them on a bake sheet. So in they go. I'm going to watch that now, go back and check them in about 15 or 20 minutes. We need to start out with something that I love. Mascarpone cheese. We need about 8 ounces, and you want to make sure that that is soft. And then you want to add some sugar. This is confectioner's sugar. I'm not going to add all of it at once because you know what's going to happen the minute I turn on the mixer. This is going to go everywhere. And we want to get this smooth. So for about 8 ounces of mascarpone, you're going to need, about 3.5 cups or maybe even 4 cups of the confectioner's sugar. So I'm going to put in a little bit more and start slowly here. So get this really well mixed, and you want something that's going to be spreadable, not too thick and not too thin. And this cheese is absolutely wonderful in this. Now, if you didn't have access to this, well, then you could use just regular cream cheese. Okay, that's looking good. Now, let me add what I absolutely love in this. This is cinnamon oil, and it's in this tiny, tiny little bottle, but let me tell you something. It packs a wallop, and you only need a drop. I'm going to mix that in. And that's all there is to making a very, very smooth frosting. Let me show you how they come out, because it's very simple. You just squeeze, and they come right out, just like that. Isn't that nice? All I do is spread a little of this very beautiful spreadable frosting right over the top. And then, because this isn't just a tortina, I like to dip it into some coarse sugar just by doing that over the top. Gives it a nice little glisten and a wonderful crunch when you're eating that. And then, if you want to gussy that up even more, how about a cute little strawberry over the top? So, there you have it. Tortine al cioccolato, made with extra virgin olive oil.